Brad Pitt, and when he was a chicken suit, somebody seen him. It's like you got to start from somewhere. And if people don't want to do it because they looking at your numbers seem low to them, just let them be.
Yeah, you're right about
that. Because we don't get told, oh, we'll think about oh, I don't do interviews, and then you look on their page and you're like, you do interviews, but it's okay.
It's all good.
Because then you're going to have to ask us, do you want to do an interview? Then we don't have time. Then you're going to think we're acting funny.
Right.
It's like we're not acting funny. We just don't have time for you. Yeah. We try to get you when we had time. But, just let them be.
And it's funny you say that, too, because I remember about maybe a year and some change ago when I first presented the idea to the guys that model with me now. It was so funny. They were so excited. And I was like, man, that's a good feeling because, when you hear no so many times, you get that one yes. And I had them sign contracts, and I really take care of who works for me. So I tell people man, when you work with me, I compensate. I take good care of who's in my area because that's my idea of providing service as well, because thankfully they see that I'm not just in it just to do it on the side. Like, I'm really trying to accomplish something out here, and they've been through the trenches with me. They've seen things, and it's nice to see when you meet people that can get an idea of where you're trying to go with your business. So in the beginning, they're like, we want to help you get there too. So when you get those people, it's like the best formula ever. So when other people try to come in, you're like, let me think about adding you, because there's a chemistry that's there.
You don't want to mess
right.
up.
If you mess that up, it's like you can see it in the pictures. You can be like, I don't think this is working right here. So it's just kind of like when you get that formula, it's kind of like making a cake. When you get that right recipe and it's right, you're like, I don't want to make a different flavor because this works. So it's trial and error, and like you said before, when you start from the bottom, it's such a blessing to find people that see you there, and it's like, okay, you've got potential. Let me help you get there. So it's a good feeling.
I mean, it's like the same thing with us. Like, we ain't got the biggest following, like, bro, when y'all be accepting, we be like, shit, somebody else want to come up here, bro.
It was funny because I was blown away because I was with my trainer the other day. And I was telling him about, I had an interview this weekend for a podcast, and he was excited. And I was thinking the other way. I was like, wow, they think I have something to say. This is so nice, because I'm not used to that. Like, for me, like, I would say all the interviews I've done so far, people have been reaching out to me. And it's like that first experience each and every time, because I was like, I'm always honored when people consider my voice and like, we want to learn about your business and what you have to say, because everybody has a different outtake on what their experience is. Yeah. So when I got a DM, I was like, of course I'm coming. But let me, just, be cool, But I ain't gonna lie, I was excited.
I know, and we get excited when y'all get excited. We be like, every week we be like, yo, people still want to talk to us.
That's what, because that was one of my concern is that I don't think, because before we just hit 109 followers. Before then, we had 60? And that was only because we started this 4 years ago, so going on 5. And we were just like, we're going to take this road of interviewing entrepreneurs, especially in the city of Detroit. And we did it, and then it was like, well, maybe they won't reach out. And I was like, you go to DMs because I'm not going to do it. It's awkward. So he do that, and I do something else. And then it's like, okay, people are responding. And some people said no, like I said. And some people, schedule don't permit. But we keep going.
No, we built, legit friendships through these interviews, bro. Like, a dude we interviewed was at my wedding, bro.
Oh, nice.
Yes, bro, this shit it's a weird in a good way.
It is.
Because it's funny because that's I think that is one thing that's going to test your endurance and your why. Because when you are in that space, because I'm still going through it now, when you are in that space where it's like, man, I feel like I'm stuck and it's taking me a while to grow. It's like you're walking in a different direction, because a lot of people, they'll try to critique or judge what you do, but they're comfortable in their 9 to 5 when you have a different mindset. And it's like they're walking this way and you're walking against the grain. So you're technically, you're fighting against resistance. And when you feel that, that coming, it's a good feeling, because it's like, it's a hard journey, but it's a lot of grit. It's a lot of hard work. But when you look at the end goal of it, you're going to fight through that grit. You're going to fight through that resistance, because it's like, the very same people that will try to do those same things. Oh, congratulations, you're doing your thing. No. So it's just kind of like, it's a good feeling because while it's not a road for everybody to take, I applaud the people that do, because it's like you thinking bigger and you're like, I don't want to live this mundane life. I want to really make an impact while I'm here. So to see that growth in y'all's pages right now, it's like it's going to be a continual curve as long as you stick with it. So
I think that's another thing too, is the fact that we haven't had any bad interviews, and I think it's because we all are doing the same thing technically.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same things, but we're going for something.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
We are starting from the I won't say short, but like the low ball of the spectrum, and we're all growing.
yeah.
And we all in a position to where we can't say no, because I don't know who we might meet or who we might reach.
Yeah.
And we happy that you all come in there, and I think y'all all have the same mindset as well. It's like it might be small to the person that's on the outside looking in, but somebody else might watch this and be like, oh, whoever you had on there, I need to talk to them, because it might give opportunity for you and opportunity for us.
or I want to start a clothing line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They might be inspired. Like our whole goal initially was to inspire young people and show them that we have all walks of life, that you don't have to, even though we're doing entertainment, you don't have to be in the entertainment world. There's people out here doing a lot that have their own business. It's okay for you to be an entrepreneur, and it's okay for you not to be one. And I don't like this thing to where now we have people trying to force young black people
To be
go,
entrepreneurs.
yeah, you trying to make them this. If that's not their niche, you can't make them do it. You gonna need a worker, right?
Yeah.
Everybody can't be an entrepreneur.
Because then who gonna work the job?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you might see something and you be like, I would just want to work in that field. I want to, like, you might want to work for you. I don't want to be a designer, but I want to help you. Like you said, you need an assistant. Somebody might just want to be there for your journey. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't always like you got to be, like, you don't got to always be the rapper. Somebody want to be the cameraman. Like, cameraman is just as important as everybody else.
I agree. Because some people do their best work as that support, because it's like when you are like in the forefront and you are like the head or the main thing that people see in the business, you're going to need those people that can help hold your arms up when you get tired. And some people, that may just be their thing. They may not be the entrepreneur, but they can be that juice that kind of reinvigorates you when you get down. So I like that. Like, there's people in my family that they're not entrepreneurs, and they're perfectly fine with that, because their goal and their passion may be in a certain field that doesn't require them to actually provide entrepreneurship like things. So you're right about that.
And then for entrepreneurs, for the ones that's not entrepreneurs, they don't understand why are we doing this. It's like, you're not making money. It's like, yet.
Right.
But the money is coming. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because this is what I was sent here to do. This is my passion. I found what I supposed to, when I came to earth to do, this is what I found. Don't get mad at me, because you are secure with your job, that's fine. But I'm not secure with what I'm doing right now. I don't feel security for myself and my family. So therefore, I'm going to do what I feel I'm supposed to do.
Right.
And that's why I don't want people to feel as though you have to start a business, and people to feel as though you don't. Like, you is either way. Whoever
I get
side.
jealous of those people.
What? The people who like to sit down
Like,
and
bro, the people that could just work and just enjoy their weekend. I'd be jealous of them, bro.
like
I'm
living
like,
for the
I wish I
weekend.
could do that. Yeah.
No.
Because but we have the mindset that we
Yeah, I
have
get
already,
it.
so it's different. But like, damn,
And
that peace of mind, just like, no, Friday, my week over with. Saturday. Our shit is Monday through Sunday, don't stop.
Man,
all day, every
what?
day.
Yeah, so
But I want to kind of piggyback on something you said too. When people be like, "Oh, you haven't made money," and it's like, I know it hasn't gotten to the financial point of it yet, but the best time about the humble beginnings part of it is getting your foundation in order, making sure you got you good A through Z. So when your opportunity comes and you have the chance to grow and expand, you have those pillars to kind of help track where you are. Because I'm so grateful that I have a really good accountant now, because now he can watch what I'm spending throughout the year, and he can categorize tax write-offs and hey, watch where you're spending here, and maybe you can do a little bit more here. So it's good to have your foundation and structure right so that when your business propels, you don't have to worry about sinking down to the bottom of the ground because you're like, I got my foundation right, my house is good. So now when I can expand this building, well, not physical per se, but you know what I mean? But when I'm expanding my property, it's like, okay, my foundation is right. I laid the bricks down, blood, sweat, and tears. I did what I had to do. So now as the business grows and it excels, it's like, okay, I can gradually start adjusting to the new growth versus a microwavable kind of success, which is something that I'm sure we all don't want.
That shit trash, bro.
Right.
Yo, true Hollywood story gonna be ass if you ain't go through nothing.
It's literally
Like,
gonna
tell
be
me everything.
your 15 minutes of fame. Yes. So I started and then I'm finished.
Blew up.
Because one thing about success is, and I've been told this because I have 3 business mentors, and one thing I was told was success is intentional. So if you want to have longevity in your business, if it's taking a long time, that's because you want it to last for a long time, and you want to be able to tell that story of authenticity because you're like, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, it was a little rough the first couple of years, but in year X, Y, and Z, things took off, and then you're growing and you're learning to go through those new challenges. So then it makes the story so relatable because then you'll meet somebody, I went through the same thing, or I'm going through the same thing, and what you said inspired me to just keep going. So if that's the goal, which is definitely mine, is longevity, I'm prepared to put the time in.
You trying to be like a slow cooker.
Yeah, because I love a slow cooker now.
Okay.
Take that popcorn and go on somewhere.
I like popcorn too, but
Oh, yeah,
you ain't eating off of it.
I know you're not
It's
really.
alive
You still gonna be hungry.
I want a corned beef every now and again. Gotta let it simmer.
But like, yeah, people. I just wish people would just understand each other.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that my path is not yours and yours is not mine. If you take the path of a corporate world, that's fine. I'm not judging you on that. But don't judge me on me being an entrepreneur, because they say in 5 years you're gonna be in debt of you making your own. Even a millionaire, Kanye West, he had $13 million in debt because he took his own money. You have to take your money first before somebody else can put into you. You can't expect somebody to pour into you when they not seeing you trying to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. Like, we done spend money that we didn't know we had and we still don't have. We spend it.
It's gonna be like that.
Yes, we're using our own money, and then you gotta realize you gotta take care of your household, and then you also gotta take care of your business. So that's another household.
Yeah.
So therefore, you in debt right now. You in debt, but you're not. You don't have no time for nobody or no money for nobody else. I need $1. You like, me too.
Okay.
Could you give it to me?
I got my hand out there.
Okay, we out here like this. Just because you see me doing it, that don't mean that we collecting the money that you think we're collecting. When I get there, I got you. But right now, I need you to hand me some $50. People don't understand that, and I think it's the fact that people just want what they want.
Right.
And they like, oh, I see you doing this. I know you got money. I see you just got a new car. No, I got that car because my old one broke down. I needed something else to get around.
Yeah.
But they got to understand, and I just wish people that communicate will understand more.
Yeah. Once we get that piece down, it just makes it so you understand so much better versus assuming, because that's the worst thing people will do with
Make an
entrepreneurship.
assumption.
Yeah.
Make an ass out of you.
And me.
And I'll be like, now, hold on. Now. Let me tell you how this really
Walk in here and you going to see.
Right.
Step in my head for a
Put
second.
my shoes on. You about to see.
But yeah, business is it's a beautiful thing once you get the understanding of what you want to do. It's scary at first. It's always scary at first. Because how many days you want to quit?
Woo, probably every
day,
other
bro.
day. I'm like, forget this, I want to do no more. And then I'm like, you know what?
Every Saturday
Calm
morning,
down.
I'll be like, today.
Because, man, it's just so, it's funny. It's such a beautiful thing because you really don't, the masterpiece usually isn't crafted until you go through a little bit of messiness, because it's just kind of like you're just trying to figure out, how do I make this work? Because when you cook, for example, the end result is cool. I like what I'm doing. But that kitchen, what is this?
And you cook. It take you an hour to cook and take you 5 minutes to eat it.
Yeah. So it's like the end result is when you put it all together in the grand scheme of things, I wouldn't change any of it, because it's like you learn so much, and then as you learn, you start going through your own personal changes, like your character, how you want to be integral, how you want to treat people. And for me, it's just kind of like, it's hard. Like there's times where even to this day, I'm like, do I want to keep going? And then I'm like, you know what? I have that little moment, and I just keep going. So
see, for me, it's not even the same. It's for me, it's when I sit there and have to edit it. I'm like, I'm just gonna throw it out there. It's gonna be trash. I don't even care no more. And for him, it's Saturday. For me, it's the editing part because everything is falling on you. And you just like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't want to do this. This is stupid. And then you like, wait, I got to put it out there because they looking for it.
Yeah.
And then you feel good after you put it out there. And people was like, oh, I was looking for the podcast. And you like, you really
like
was?
you really want to? Okay,
Okay, I'm
hear
gonna
what I gotta say. All right.
I'm gonna put it out there. But the end result does feel good.
Yeah,
It feel like your work
get
is
that,
done.
Yeah, I get that feeling whenever I'm going through the process of releasing new content for new pieces. Like for a lot of people, they don't realize when it comes to the beauty and the fashion brand, you really have to be on point with how you look. So I go to the extent of we schedule hair, we schedule makeup, fittings, and then even when we're there, we steaming clothes, we're making sure they land on the body right. So that way when the pictures come out, I don't have to go back and edit a whole lot of stuff. Because for me, it's like if I have to edit way too much, something was wrong when we took that picture.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like it can be a lot of grit and a lot of time being consumed because you want it to look a certain kind of way. So by the time a lot of my pictures hit my social media, I've already worked on it for at least maybe an hour or two